everybody, welcome to the stream. Let's bump that up. How many of everyone? How many people? 4. Okay. It's not terrible. Hopefully that'll clock up a little bit as we go on. Right, let's have a look at what the wise people have chosen first. We've got Southeastern High Speed and Midland Main Line. Tell you what, we shall do some Midland Main Line first. Just so we can see what train to pick. Let's go for HST 158 37. Let's go for that. And whatever has the most votes in the next minute gets the choice. Or no one could vote. That's cool as well. That's very cool. All right. Yeah. Okay. We won't do that. Hello. Things have been all right. Not much has happened. Since you're here, why don't you pick a train? Any train on the list of trains to pick. Or not. Sod it. Okay, 150. Let's do it. Boom, boom, boom. Let's do this one. Not gonna look at anything too long, I don't think. I will also quickly bump down the frame rates. Just set it to 50, 51, sure. Okay, let us get set up, set AWS on, everything else on, cancel that, unlock the doors. Headlights should already be set. Yes, tail lights should be as well. Let's get coach lighting on. Get some instrument lights, they're already on. GSMR on. Very nice. Oh, well, your vote didn't come through. That's classic YouTube there. I'm sure we can do a 37 on something else. Southeastern High Speed was quite high on the list, so could do that there. It is a very nice livery. Just can't wait for the big patch. Unless that has dropped, I've been very slow. Speaking of me being slow, I haven't done anything on Shut Up. I haven't done anything on Peak Forest yet. At the time the stream is going out. I will by tomorrow. Definitely by tomorrow. That will be a thing that will have happened. So never fear. No, I've just been a bit slow, a bit busy. Too busy to really make anything. Haven't even bought it yet. Right, what's our starting speed limit? 25. Okay. Can do. You hate raw bucks. That's a new one, I'll admit. Normally it's Rob's blocks. Or, you know, horn please. There you go. There's some horn. Okay, next stop is Spondon. Coming down from Derby. I think this is the first time I will have ever stopped at Spondon. Maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. Can't remember. I do love those Armstrong powerhouse sounds. Typical YouTube recently got Peak Forest, haven't played yet. But grand, you drive diesel traction along the route. I mean, driving a diesel along the route is definitely something I will do at some point. Going up to 75 now. Definitely something that I'm interested in doing. I've already seen them hitting the Creators Club area. All of the specifically 101 rail tours in you know, nice BR green. Horn kind of sounds like a class 442 horn, and I like the flange. I really like the flange as well. It's a very nice flange. The horn, I mean, I don't know what a 442 horn sounds like. But, I mean, if it sounds like a 442 horn, then I'll take your word for it. Right, we've got a 80-mile-an-hour speed limit coming up. Audio's all good here. Should be. Shut up. Right. Here comes the 80. And then we'll go to 100 soon after. Oh no, 100 just before Spondon, it would appear. What is a flange? Well, I mean, the people... English is not my friend today. The thing that most people say is flange squeal really isn't flange squeal. Basically, it's just vibrations caused by the wheels sliding around on the top of the railhead. But for a long time, it took a while for people to figure that out. Like until very recently, like until last year or a few years back, many people thought, or consensus was that it was caused by the flange on the wheel rubbing against the side of the rail. Because rail wheels, train wheels, they have an interesting shape. They've sort of got the normal wheel bit, and then on the inside they have a sticky out vertical thing, just as a last resort in case the train, you know, is about to derail. I'll try and show you so you can... Oh, can you? Yes, sort of. You can see how there's like a lip on the end. That's the flange. Some trains it's more pronounced, on some it isn't. But that, for ages, they thought that rubbing the side of the rail was what caused flange squeal on curves. But they realised it was just the actual flat bit of the rail sliding around that caused it. You know, rail theories. Let's get the doors set to locked. Just leaving a little bit early. Won't necessarily respect the timetable as much as I should. Power, yes. There you go, full power. Straight up to 100. Not that we'll get there. Got Long Eaton and then Beeston. No, Attenborough, then Beeston, then Nottingham. And we're timetabled to arrive in just over 20 minutes, but I think I could probably knock a little bit off that, because normally I arrive very early. The only issue being that the game doesn't like it and it won't finish a service until, in this case, 11:42. Yeah, what can you do? Yes, if I can try and keep the timetable, then it shouldn't be too much of an issue. See, holding steady 51. That's good. Shut up. Right, there's 50 miles an hour. What I will do in chat what is next on the list? It will be Southeastern High Speed. I will put a poll up. So we can have a 395, a 375, a 465, or a 37. There you go. Pick away. Do polling. Oh, that's not really showing up well on the stream, is it? Eh. See if I can have a fix that. Shut up. CSS. No, I can't be bothered to read that. Right, as soon as that gets 5 votes, then I'll close it and just see what gets the most. Right, there's 75 miles an hour. Hello, Alfie, Stitch 626, Lilo, and Stitch, Una, and Stitch. This is a service to Nottingham. So we're going basically round up here to the Nottingham. Hello, Mr. Train Guy. Filling up now. Ding-a-ling. What lines? No, this is East Midlands. This is the Midland Main Line. Similar livery. But very much a different area. Right, I'll end the poll now, just so the chat gets some stuff back. So it looks like we will do... it wasn't a great poll. Bit of a tie-break situation. Whoever puts something in next between 395 and 465 is what we'll do. Okay, double yellow there. 465. Okay, well, we'll do the 465. We'll come off the power there. And we'll go full brakes to come into Long Eaton. I feel like I've left that a bit late. Hopefully not. And we're also being brought down on approach control. Do many of these terminate at Liverpool Lime Street? It's sad that there are no longer capital to the 156s anymore. I don't know. Certainly we don't have Liverpool. Overcooked this. Bollocks. How much of an overrun was that? Oh, full car and a half. Look at that. Look at me go. Lovely. Right. I hate driver assist. I hate it. Cannot stand it. Anyway. It's so patronising. Especially when it just spits useless advice at you in the middle of nothing. Wait, are these AP sounds? They are AP sounds. But they come... they're bundled with the thing. So if you buy this route with the 158, you get, these are the sounds that come packaged. They used Armstrong sounds, which they do increasingly now. Extra trains that could, but probably won't be extra DLC on this route. Class 156, 170, 180, and 222. I think the 222 is the most likely out of them, by far. Otherwise, EMT didn't have any 170s, I don't think. I forgot to apply the DRA there, but yeah, whatever. Where's the 700? In development is where it's at. 156 could. 180 I doubt, because you got to think time periods. So 222 and 156 I reckon are the most likely. EMR's just replaced everything with 170s, haven't they? They just bought up all of the 170s from every other operator, more or less. Okay, you go for some brakes here for the 10 mile an hour turnout. Even though it says 15. Come on. Stop, please. Do I think the Desiros will come? Well, the 170 is... the 700 is a Desiro. Otherwise... I don't know. I think now that we have East Midlands trains, I reckon Southwest trains is a slight possibility. So maybe we'll see some 450s, 444s. Otherwise, are we 20 or 30? 30. Otherwise, I think probably the best chance would be a 360 for a Great Eastern Mainline route-ish. Or West Coast South, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I couldn't possibly say. Enough time to get the 455. Oh, I mean, they've done it for Train Sim Classic, and there'll always be some in preservation, so I reckon so. And from what I've seen, SWR haven't been too attentive in getting the 701s, are they? In service? So who knows? Who knows? I don't understand. Well, I mean, I sort of do, because it's inefficient running them under wires, but the 222s replaced by 810s. I hope they can find another home. Because it's very wasteful. I wasn't really an Alstom design, it was Bombardier. I'd love a 455 too. I've been sort of... they'd be really nice for... Really nice for London commuter, but it doesn't appear that we're going to get any new stock for the Brighton Main Line, because the 700 won't layer to Brighton Main Line. So I don't think we'll get a 450 for that. So the only other reason why we'd get a 455 would be if the Southwest Trains route came to the game, or if they introduced a South London network. The 810's been delayed for 2 years. Well, Hitachi have basically single-handedly replaced the HSTs in the UK. Like, I mean, what? East Coast, they've now gone for 800s and 801s. Great Western, gone for 801s, 802s. TransPennine have not replaced HSTs with them, but they've just got them. The West Coast, Avanti, have ordered some. And Midland Main Line have. Hull Trains have. You know, there's... Yeah, the Castle sets, the 255s, are they? Or 254s, whatever they are. Yeah. The odd exception. Looks like our XPTs will stay in service for quite some time though, because CAF keep fucking up the design. There's meant to, the CAF replacements for the XPTs were meant to enter service this year, and they're delayed until 2027. They haven't even, like, they were supposed to enter service this year, and they haven't started construction yet, let alone started shipping. But I really don't understand, because that rolling stock order has been pretty bungled. They've bought an off-the-shelf, they brought a Civity, you know, the CAF Civity, which are notorious for being incredibly uncomfortable, having awful suspension, and awful suspension in the UK, which has very good track quality. Here in Australia, the track quality is appalling, and they want to sit people on them for 14 hours. And on top of that, some of the sleeper train routes, they're getting rid of the sleeper cabins, so you have to just sit in a seat overnight for 11 hours on a, you know, probably a fairly nice seat, albeit, but it's awful suspension. I mean, the XPTs are very nice trains, but they struggle with the suspension. The only real good thing about that is they're looking at replacing the XPTs, which are a bit old and tired, that they are bi-mode, because there is quite a lot of areas where they're running under wires, and it will improve acceleration. But other than that, I don't think it's a good idea. I think to replace the XPTs, they should have probably gone with like bi-mode Siemens Chargers or something like that. And to replace the other smaller DMUs, maybe then they could have gone for Civities. But I don't think Civities for 14-hour services is going to be any good. And it's going to be the first time that they've A, been used in incredibly hot, incredibly dusty environments, and B, the first time they've been used on journeys more than 2 or 3 hours. So, who knows? Maybe it'll be the huge revitalisation of regional rail, or maybe it won't. Now, this isn't very good, because I can't actually see where the next station is. Oh, it's coming up. Okay. Go a bit of brakes then. So I don't want to overrun. Well, NTFLs probably will. And in the grand scheme of things, it's not a huge order. It's only like 110 carriages. Formed into like 30 trains. As opposed to the order for what, 70 odd EMUs, which were the Waratahs, and then again another 40 Waratah Series 2s, and then they've got something like what have they got? They got, I think, 120 D sets. Pretty sure. Or it might just be. Yeah, I think it's 120 because it's like 64 cars and 66 car sets, and that is an enormous order. But it's been bungled as well. Let's see, D sets. Yeah, it's 122 trains. But they were meant to enter service in 2019, and they still haven't yet. They're supposed to enter service this year. It's a whole lot. Class 455, I love the AC. Well, they're fairly similar, actually, the DC and the AC, but I have a soft spot for the ACs because I travelled on them a lot. And because the regen braking sounds very, very cool. And because they're more efficient and generally better than DC traction packages. Because they still retain, they still sound like a camshaft. I guess maybe they tried to preserve the character, but they still sound like a camshaft. $700. What is the 700s? Do they do the oscillating traction motor frequency on AC or DC? Because all the other Desiros do it all the time, but I know the 700s only do it on one of them. I feel like it's DC. And AC they sound more normal. But I could be wrong. DC, yeah, okay. What do you mean by a pop? On camshaft? Yeah, I mean like tapping contactors. Nah. I mean, an AC control is nicer to travel on because camshafts, when they keep clicking around, you get really shunted around as a passenger. Shut up. What I am going to do here, I'm going to isolate TPWS, just because it's very annoying around this area. How many NTFLs being ordered? I will have a look. No, that's the Northern Territory Football League. New tube for London. Initial batch of 94 trains for the Piccadilly line, with options for another roughly 150 to replace everything on the Central, Waterloo, City and Bakerloo. And they're 9 cars each, 9 cars long. I presume that's 9 car... No, that can't be right, because what's the Piccadilly line's a 6-car train? How the fuck are they going to fit 9 cars on each train? They're reasonably powerful. Let's look at the official document. They can go up to, what is that? Up to 750 volt DC. So I presume TfL will look to increase the thing. So whilst they can be automated, and probably will, they won't be completely unstaffed, but they could be driverless, but staffed. And they want to introduce 36 trains an hour on Piccadilly and Central lines, or that's the long-term possibility, 30 on the Waterloo and City and 27 on the Bakerloo. NIF sets for Sydney. What about them? I mean, I've heard things and I've seen the renders of the platform screen doors. It would be a good, and it would make sense to introduce them because you're doing a all at once rolling stock replacement. So there's certainly a possibility, but I'm pretty sure they'd be only adding them to the underground stations because even like with Crossrail, there wasn't much interest in adding them to above ground stations. I presume that's just because they're only adding them because of the fire risk, and stopping people from jumping on the tracks is a happy side effect. I wonder if the 350s had the same at one stage because the Cyros. Nah, 350s were never camshaft control. Too modern for that. Wikipedia says there'd be 9 cars per set, but I've just popped open the Siemens official thingamabob. Let's have a quick look. But in the meantime, what did we say? We're going to do a 465, didn't we? Okay, 465. Back. No. Actually, yeah, sod it. We'll go through here. Where's the 465? Come on, show your face. Class 465? No? Never? Yeah, right at the bottom. Just brilliant. I will just grab a tissue quickly. Tissue acquired. Let's do it. Okay, and I'll keep having a look. From 2025. Okay. Aircon, blah blah blah. Okay, Dartford to Gravesend. Get your train set up. Headlights today. Tail lights should be correctly set. Tail lights on the front. Let's turn them off. Regen brake on. Okay, so train configuration 9 car. Yeah, I doubt that. They've got LCD screens which look fantastic. Train length over couplings 113 meters. If I look at a 1972 stock, no, 1973 on the Piccadilly. Train length, so they're like an extra 10 meters long. So either they're going to have extensive use of SDO, because they're not going to be extending the underground tunnels, sure. Right, let's get moving. Starting speed is 20 miles an hour. So, blah blah blah. They've got top speed of 100 kilometers an hour. Eh, it's not terrible. Hello, Captain Jack Sparrow. Is there an engine on button in the cab? This doesn't have an engine, so no. Southeastern don't use regen brake IRL. Eh. Cool. Yeah, but they don't really use these trains. From what I've heard, they don't really use these trains anymore IRL. So, you know, they're trying to scrap them all. But I'd like to think that this is from a time when they do use the regen brakes because they're efficient and good. Can I go up to, yeah, 50? Because I know they don't use the speed set, and I'm not using the speed set. Ding-a-ling. Hello, MCFC Daniel. Just bought TS Classic Deluxe Edition. Oh, what does that come with? Full power up to 70. See how that gets us. ECML South, Manchester to Huddersfield, plenty of other routes. Another Express 465, is it? Yeah. Lovely. Now uphill. Let's go for 3 notches of brake now. Should be more than enough. Hello, Train Boy 3500. I think odd 707 does come down here, but mainly it's. Nah, the 466s are all gone, aren't they? MC Bingus. Huh? I thought the 466s and a lot of the 465s were kaput now. I'll have a look. Okay. Let's have a look. Fleet details. Oh, they've stored 7 of the 46. Okay, no, I'm misinformed. Okay. And 465? Is there a link to that? Yes. How many of these? So there's about 16 of them that's been taken out. Oh no, 16, 19 stored. Okay. Right. Do I know what a TVR is? No. I'll have a look. Where do the 707s run? Shut up. Oh, so 707001 is called Spirit of Ukraine. That's nice. Okay, so they're basically just going to use them to force out the Class 376s, it would appear. Though, what are they going to do with them? Okay, it doesn't look like there's much that goes on. So maybe they're just looking to bolster service. I don't know. Who knows? But I think long term their goal is to replace them, isn't it? Replace the 465s, 466s. I should really stop talking about rolling stock replacement because I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. Okay, running fast through here as well. Oi! No, don't crash. 465s look so old when you go on them, lol. In what way? I think they look quite nice. Oh, the TVRs! Oh, they're those, like, bus tram things. See, rust on the doors. Oh, that's not really old, that's just poor maintenance. If they were maintained properly and refurbished, they could look fantastic. Aren't they? Don't they still have a few rails? I thought, like one center rail, wasn't it? Shut up. Yeah. They're guided buses. I think would be the best way to put them. They can run on rails. They can not run on rails. Trackless trams are just a waste of time. They really are. If you've got all of the infrastructure to build a trackless tram, just build a fucking tram. It's more efficient, moves more people, and you still have the same capital cost of building stops. The only extra cost is stringing wires up, paying a little bit more for trams as opposed to buses, and putting tracks in the road. Hello, Henpen. Hey, what does our banner look like? Can't see. It's a danger. Okay, then there's the signal. Come on. I must be waiting for something. Am I? Or is it just being stupid? Oh, I am waiting for something. Okay. I see, trolley buses. We should be putting more trolley bus routes up. I mean, the 465 and 466 body shell actually looks very much like an adventure. You know, the door design. And I don't. I think they look quite nice. I don't think, because some people say they look ugly. I don't. I quite like the design of the buffers that way. Dovetail Holidays, does it? Let's have a look. How much would I not like to go on a Dovetail holiday? Where does it say Dovetail holiday? Skip the queue at toilet space. There. Okay, let's go. $20-mile-an-hour limit. Coming into Gravesend, platform 0. Platform. Oh, okay, have another look. Right. Rail replace. Oh, here. Time to relax under a beautiful blue sky. What are they? And have some. Look at some cows. No thanks. What happened to the bid stack ads? Why don't I see any of them? Also, these fences loading in looks horrendous. I don't know why. I mean, actually, I can probably figure out why, but I think it's a bit stupid that in platforms like this, they can't have Spanish solution. I think that's a bit dumb. Surely you should just... Is that going to count as a stop? No, okay. Surely you could just... I don't know. Surely you could just have platform attendants on either side, or close the doors one at a time. Because I sort of understand, because you can't check that doors are closed on one side and then check that doors are closed on the other, or, you know, constantly check out both sides. But I doubt it really makes the railway any more unsafe. Anyway, what are we going to do next? Got West Somerset and East Coast to 8, and oh, I guess we could do an empty stop move on West Somerset. Why not? Choose a route. Where's West Somerset? It's right down the bottom, isn't it? Yeah, here. Okay. Should we do? Someone pick something. Drive a bus. Someone pick a thing. 3, 2, 1, 37. Okay. 37. Let's do this one. Locomotive run around. Locomotive run around. Oh, these don't have the... Oh, we got to use the 09 to get the short ones. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. Right. Empty stock move to Norton Fitzwarren's. Night time. Make it interesting. Let's go for some straight... No, not emergency. Let's go a little bit on the straight air brake. In terms of headlights, do I have... I should. Can I have my gauges over, please? Is this the one where I need to turn them on manually? Yes. And that would be over on this panel over here. Where? Yeah, up here. Interior lights, marker lights. Okay, master switch on, reverser to reverse, brakes fully off. Can we take power? Yes. What's the starting speed limit? 10 mile an hour. Can do. No, not Tees Valley. This is West Somerset. Okay, go full power. Still going fine. I'm not criticising. It's an easy mistake to make. Okay, that's speeding there. If you're wondering how I'm telling the speed, my rail driver has a speedo built in, so I'm looking at that. Can I tab through here? Denied. Check points. What points? What points need checking? Do you want me to change that one? And that one? Ah, there you go. Now I've just broken the train. There you go. Fine. Good. Try and get a nice screenshot. There you go. Right. Where are we going? Are we up to 25? Yes. Then basically just go full throttle. Just see what this thing can do. Can I open this box? No. Is that... Does this thing have the series... Or was that another one? I know one sort of older diesel BR loco had a series parallel transition switch. But clearly not this one. There's 20 miles an hour. I drove this line a little bit earlier on. Let's turn the cab lights off. That's nicer. I drove this line a bit earlier today, It's a very nice line to drive. It's very peaceful, very calming. Is that an AWS ramp? I don't have AWS, do I? No. Don't need to worry. Cruising along now. What's the gradient? Downhill. Okay, so that's why we're accelerating. But it looks like we're actually holding at 24, which is a happy coincidence. Right, there's 22 mile an hour. Oh, we're dropping now. We're going upgrade. No, we're just on the level. Yeah, I didn't think these things could go that fast. So clearly that... do we ever go... No, we're just going downgrade all the way. So it should be alright. It would be nice to have another heritage railway. The issue is, from a gameplay perspective, a lot of people find them boring because, at least in the UK, they're all limited to 25 mile an hour. So, what sells well? High speed stuff. You know, LGV Med is the most best-selling thing in the game. This isn't, you know, exactly high speed. We're trundling along single track diesel line in a tiny little shunter doing 20 mile an hour. It is a very well made route and I do like it, and the stuff that it comes with are very nice, and it has so much stuff layers onto it. But okay, there's 25. Dab a little bit of loco brake there just to bring it back under control. I love the track joint sounds. Proper clickety-clack stuff. Birds calling. Oh, love it. Obviously, there's going to be a bit of a switch when we move over to East Coastway. Should we do a 377 or a 313 for East Coastway, or a 66? Bit more brake. Bit more brake. Right, in a second we got to come down to 5 mile an hour. Put an end to our leisurely cruise. Try and hold off for as long as I can before doing that. I think maybe the Horsham line would be a great filler route. Please enlighten me. What is this Horsham line you speak of? Didn't mean to stop. Didn't mean to stop. Ugh. And broken the train again. There you go. Come on. Are our brakes released? Broken the train again. Brakes are released, aren't they? London to Horsham via Epsom. That's... maybe. I don't think it'd sell very well because we've had lots of, you know, just be another Electrostar route. %14 brake. London Waterloo to Guildford. That is something that I think more people would get behind. Okay, we'll see what 13% does. So this is Norton Fitzwarren. It's clearly a very used station, very busy, very bustling. And then there's a connection to the main line, which is here. This runs off to Great Western, doesn't it? Somewhere. Somehow. I don't think they have a Stagecoach license. They've got a DFT license because I don't think Stagecoach control the license. I think they do have an MTR license though, and a first group license. The only barrier to that is with Dovetail's current practices, you'd really only get one type of train. I doubt they'd add the 450, 444, and 455 all in one go. But who knows? It has been highly requested. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Alright. How are we going? You got, what, 300 yards left? So we're basically pulling up to the stopboard here, aren't we? I feel like this should probably be routed towards that side. Arnold Go Carles. Hello. I have to agree. I mean, at the 2000 routes, the Midland Main Line was a welcome change. Very welcome change. Oh, that was bumpy. It's a very bumpy section, isn't it? Right, 120 yards left. I do really like the Class 9, especially in the livery that it wears on this route. Right, and we basically got to pull right up to the stop board. Eye contact signaller. Is he going to do anything? No. Okay. Gently pull up. Ease up to the stop boards. Full brakes. Oh, now you got to go up. Oh my, okay. It's a bit exciting, isn't it? Forwards. Go. Also, yes, please continue. Oh, I know why they do this maneuver. It's because it's like a Y, so they can pull the engine loco first down here, and then reverse, and then it's ready to go back up loco first as well, as opposed to just running around, which seems like a bit of a waste, but who knows. PS4, I don't have one. I'm playing on PC at the moment. Hence why I can do like that. Bit of power. Come on. There you go. There's some power. I mean, a Pendolino would be nice, yes, but there's no point modelling a Pendolino if you don't have anything to run it on. Same goes to Ealing. What do you want to see at Ealing? Yes, what do you want to see at Ealing? D-stock. Yeah, but they're not going to add D-stock if there's nothing to run it on, are they? Because they're going to make you pay for it, even if they do add it. You wouldn't pay for just a D stock to run only in Scenario Planner that has no routes. Surely. No, they couldn't modify that. They'd have to remodel the whole thing. No. They'd need to re-record sounds, change almost all of the texturing, model the other 4 carriages in the train. No, they'd do it from the ground up. Oh my. 3 console emoji, shrug emoji, train emoji, widened eyes emoji. Why is my train lagging out? CP emoji. What is CP? I don't know what you... Yeah, I spoke about the 170 on BML earlier. It's not... Every single video that I made about it since the initial announcement, it's not coming to the Brighton main line. Maybe a mod, if you're on PC, there might be a modder who creates a timetable in which it does, but it will not natively layer to Brighton mainline. Bro, this Arnold guy. Right, just got 150 yards left. We don't... cord? Oh, gotta do more. No way we're gonna run back up, are we? Why are you making me come all the way back here? Okay, well, this took a bit longer than I expected. I guess it did say half an hour, and it hasn't quite taken half an hour yet. But I presume I'm gonna have to go back this way. Yeah. Back up the spur. On power. Speed and power. Now, please. Power. There we go. Notch 4. Off. What happened there? If I leave that in notch 1.3, is that going to put on speed or drop speed or do neither? Okay, drop very slowly. That's fine. You know, 5.6 at the moment, so that's all good. What is it? It's control... Oh, 6 does action points, does it? I just want to see, does it say 15 points for going over the speed limit or 30 points for under the speed limit? Or is it going to give me no points for going nowhere? I wonder. Come on, do a thing. No? Okay, who cares? Right, let's go back up power. Okay, 1.5. Let's see what happens. Oh, and we're about to stop as well. For once, perhaps, we might also stop and the timetabled service finish. That'd be revolutionary. $15, $14, $13, $20, $12. There you go. Perfecto. Gold medal, gold medal. Go on, give me the gold medal. Silver? Pig's ass. Right, what are we doing next? It was East Coastway, wasn't it? But no one's picked, so we're going to do a 313 because they're fun. East Coastway, you 313. Oh, I've got a soft spot for the 31. Yeah, let's do the 31. What's the time? Okay. Then what are you doing after East Coastway? Northern Transpennine, Edinburgh to Glasgow. And then we probably won't have time to do anything else. Alright. Okay. Oh, I do like these trains. Master key on. AWS, everything else. Good. I need to do the cab changeover wherever that lever is. Okay, instrument lights on. Headlights. That's the route indicator. Are there headlights? No. They're not. What's up the back here? Tail lamp. Okay, doors, let's get them. Oh, that was a 313. It's just departing. And a 377 that's also just departing. Why don't you get Train Sim World? Why, when you get Train Sim World and you have East Coast, it doesn't carry over for free. Also the same for base routes in Train Sim World 2. Arnold, stop doing a thumbs up emoji. Not cool. What do you mean? It does. If you have East Coastway, it does carry over. Unless you're talking about East Coast Mainline for Train Sim Classic, which doesn't because it's a different game. Apparently these are here because originally these trains had doors here, but they got removed. Old BR3 six-axle loco, very cool. Unusually long screw there. I guess they might. They are quite long buffers as well. Right, we can't go yet, so we'll just keep chilling. They carry over on everything. And if it doesn't, it's either because you've reached your DLC limit, if you're on PlayStation, in which case you have to uninstall something before you can play, or because there's some kind of error at Dovetail's end, in which case tell them on the help desk. Can I go? Or is that not allowed? Oh, brake cylinder pressure is still through the roof. Okay. Come on. All set to go. Yeah, yeah. But I've got a lot of pressure still in the brake cylinders. Now we're alright. What's our starting speed? 20. Oh, listen to that, hey? Listen to that. They've got our 37, not 66 on the back. Which I presume is providing head-end power. There's the ammeter revving up. 1,200 amps. Oh, listen to that. Ho ho! That's pretty fantastic. Doesn't accelerate very quickly, but it does have a lot of power. Where did the 377 go? Must have gone up this way. Oh, it's way out here. Okay. But it has to stop and we don't. But we are making bugger all progress. That's okay. Okay, there is going up to 70 miles an hour just as we creep past 40. So yeah, not at all quick, but very nice. Very nice to drive. Seems like, yeah, we're going on a downhill as well, so that will help. Right, green signals, very nice. Ring. Under whatever road this is. 50 miles an hour, go up to 80 miles an hour, and then 90. What does this top out at? 90, okay, good. Most freight trains will only do 75, so 90 is a... I mean, how many horsepowers, how many horses does this have? Class 31, I think it is. Yes. Date from 1957. 263 were built. Have power output of only 1,000 horsepower. There's 60 miles an hour. Well, I guess for an early diesel loco, that was pretty good. But, you know, being an early diesel loco, they were very heavy, which is why they have 6 axles. And that helped with the relatively low weight. Doesn't help them get moving. What is the audio looking like? If I go outside... it's a bit loud. Turn it down a touch. Okay, there's 65 mile an hour. Our train ahead of us is just at Berwick now. So 3.5 miles ahead. Come on, I think we can catch it. We should be able to. Right, it got the line up to 90. We're still 65 because we're on an uphill grade. It's not very poggers. I don't know why I said that. Okay, there we go. That was a little bump in the road. Now coming up to 70. Are we back on an uphill? Yeah, and it's even steeper than before. When do we... Okay, so after Berwick we go downhill. Right, here comes our 377. Lovely. It's a white diamond board. I'm doubting whether we'll catch up to that 377 suddenly. I don't think we will. Where is it? It's here. We're still like 3 miles behind. And it's going to go faster than us. Almost all the way. Oh well. Because we're now back down to 65. Okay, coming up to Berwick at long last. Oh, and the weather's turned. But we are now going downhill, so we're at 70 mile an hour. And climbing. Right, there's 75. Racing along now. Lovely. And we're losing it again. We're going upgrade. Ah, even the steepest so far. Oy, oy, oy. Not very nice. Don't like that. Okay, still at 72. Okay, got a double, single yellow, so we're going to need to... go for a little brake application there. Why are you bringing me down? Oh, I tell you what, we haven't caught up to the train, haven't we? But now I've got a bogey that needs to release. Pretty sure it's vacuum braked, so it doesn't like doing that very quickly. What are we using? Oh, we're using an air brake, but the goods air brake. Why is the air brake passenger air brake? Surely that should release a bit quicker. That looks like an AWS ramp, but I can't see the signal aspect. Is it coming into view occasionally? Ever? No? Yes? Perhaps? Oh, that's just the Morpeth. Okay. Wasn't even the signal. But by cheating a little bit, I can see that we have got the road back. So I'm just going to go full power now. There you go. Who doesn't have a good bit of power? Old-fashioned British power. Speed and power solve many things. There you go, green signal. Dring. Right, coming through the platform. Very busy platform by the looks. With very stupid people walking over the yellow line. They're just waiting to be killed. Leave that in first application. Okay, and that's brought us down to 35 very nicely. Okay, what are we up to? 70? Must be. Go! Full power. We're going... Okay, it's basically all downhill from here. But not in a bad way. There's a 377 waiting for us. Let's try and clear the junction quickly then. Well, there's not much else that I can do apart from just drive in full power. Oh, that's a tree. That's a tree. That's... yeah. 45 mile an hour. Come on. Speed and power. Solve many problems. That's a double yellow. I won't act on that because I trust the brakes. Right, there's 50 mile an hour. There's a junction. Back on single yellows, so that's alright. And that signal passing that means we can let that 377 behind come through. Through Hampton Park. Lovely. There's 60 mile an hour again. Got to come down to 55 in a second. There's our trusty friend, the double yellow. Just a mile out. Okay, our platform might be occupied. Oigo fat stick. What insightful comments. Oh, our platform is occupied by the thing we were just behind. That's great. Okay. Yeah, there's 3 platforms. Surely, you know, there's one of the other 3 could have been used. Right, rev it up. Okay. Does that rev? Yes, it does. Is that revved enough? Revved enough? Yeah, I think that's enough revving action. Come on. Come on, buddy. Let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle. Surely your platform doesn't take this long to vacate. We going? Hastings. Yes, but when are you leaving? Now. Come on, hurry up. Oh, the door's just become closed. Okay, totes cool. Right, now you're going. Let's rev up a bit more. That's kind of fun, actually. So the ammeter doesn't move, clearly, but is there a rev counter? Apparently not. Right, let's go. Forwards. Boom. Full power. Right, we're grinding the rails a bit there. Let's chill out. Come on, go. There you are. Platform 2. Where are we crossing over? Oh, up here, okay. It's an interesting arrangement. Guess to allow departure from platform 3 and 2 at the same time. But I don't think that sort of capacity is really necessary here. But you know, future-proofing, I guess, maybe. Okay, and is that going to count as a stop? Oh, it is. Okay, sure. Why not? Right. Yeah, so that's that. Have arrived at the Eastbourne. They do look like pretty comfortable seats, actually. Much nicer than an ironing board, surely. Now here comes the 377 that was behind us. Really perplexes me how they still haven't managed to layer on the BML 377. But yeah, who knows. And that is that. So let's move on to the next thing. Gold medal, nice. Route builder, yes, route builder, absolutely. Okay, what is there? There's Edinburgh to Glasgow. Let's have a look. If I do the 3 car, 26 minutes, not feeling it. Depot move, oh, 17 minutes. You know what, just as a little bit, we'll do one of these ones. Just for the last little bit of the stream, and then we will call it a day there. Yeah, I reckon so. How long have we been going? How long? 2 hours. Bang on. Alright. Forwards, can I get my TMS on, please? Doors on what side? That side? There you go. Confirm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Enter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Login. What is that noise? That awful noise. I didn't know there was a bay platform over here. That's pretty sick, isn't it? Well, not that interesting, but... Here comes another one. Pin me if I tricked you. What? How would you have tricked me? Okay, let's get going. Oh! Safety systems, yes. That is a dreadful noise. What is the starting speed? 20. Okay. Full power. Never mind? Okay, sure. I will never mind. Right, 20 mile an hour. There it is. Do we stay at 20 for... I presume? No, 50. There you go. No, I want full. Quite a nice pattern change. Okay, 40 miles an hour. We're going to Alloa. I thought I was in Edinburgh for a second, but we're in Glasgow, aren't we? I was expecting to have to stop at Haymarket. So we've got Bishopbriggs, Lenzie and Croy. Destination doesn't say. Dingaling. Still sticking around at 50 until we get to go up to 70. Dingaling. It's not a fantastic yard approach, station approach. I mean, it's not a huge station, so I guess it doesn't really matter, but only 2 approach lines isn't really that much, and if one of them dies, then you've crippled your capacity. Hello, Deadly Void 64, aka Jackwood. You've joined us right at the best time. just as the stream's about to end. Or not about to, but this is the last service. But we've only just started it. Cruising through. Let's grab another screenshot. Right. Up to 70 and then 85. Okay, we'll go up to 70 now. 55, 56, 57. Now we're cleared up to 85 as well. 65. Okay, there is 70, but I'm going to call for some brakes now. God, the brakes aren't very good. 40 in the platform. I need an e-brake there. No, I don't. I like how I can self-recover from an e-brake. That is quite nice. Right, let's pull back up to the end of the platform. It doesn't work very well with the rail driver. It's not very fluent. It'll just jump from like 4% to 50%, the slightest touch. Right, grab the doors there. What would go in there? It's not like a cup holder because it's horizontal. Okay, lock the doors. I'm not interested in waiting. Sounds exactly like an adventure in that. Question for me. Do I think the Class 222 Meridian might come for mid and mainline? Perhaps, perhaps. Out of all of the possible DLC to layer onto it, I think it's the most likely. Still probably a while away. But, I mean, it's been highly requested. It would actually be a very good add-on, objectively. It would add a lot to the route. Who knows? Who knows? I hope so. And it's plausible, but I can't say for certain. Right, so going up to 100 miles an hour now. All of that good stuff. DSD there. $80 miles an hour. God, they don't piss around, do they? Just straight up. 86, 87. And now the acceleration tails off a little bit. $90. Okay, here comes another unit. Is that 3 car? Yes. What's my favourite route on Train Sim World 3? Oh, that's very hard. I've been enjoying the Bakerloo line a lot. I think it's been updated or something, but it is pretty nice. It's quite different to how I remember it. I think I've overcooked this. Perhaps not. Hopefully not. Yes, I've overcooked it. Definitely. Okay. That wasn't as bad as I thought either. Should trust the brakes more. But I guess if you're asking out of the routes that have only released for Train Sim World 3, probably Birmingham Cross City. I mean, Midland Main Line is nice, but flawed. Has good potential, and it looks like they're trying to... Skyhook are actually committed to upgrading it, which is good. I don't know, Southeastern High Speed Extended is quite nice, but it's not really new. It doesn't add much. Castle Würzburg is boring as all shit. What's the other one? Cajon Pass is boring. Then the only other routes are Birmingham Cross City, which is alright. But I struggle to find time to sit down and just play it because all the services are like at least an hour long. But that's nice. What else is released? Peak Forest I haven't tried. New York Trenton is alright, I guess. Probably Birmingham Cross City, yeah. Out of the new ones. It doesn't need more traffic because it's got a proper timetable. Any more traffic and it'd be unrealistic. It just needs more attention to detail in route building. The route building is quite bad. The 158 is amazing. I like it a lot. There are a few bugs, but they're all going to be patched out and more features added down the track. Same goes for the one for the 43, the HST. And hopefully the route building gets some attention as well. But traffic-wise, it's fine. The only traffic upgrades I could think of is the 222. Okay, where is this Croy place? Up there, okay. Easy peasy. $95 miles an hour. Right, Croy in 3.1 miles. Let's see, is that accelerating? No, that looks like it's dropping. That's good, holding nicely. Right, 2 miles. Try and not use the e-brake this time. It's my challenge. 1.5. This must be a great service. You know, you just whiz straight into the city at 100 miles an hour. Shut up. Okay, 1 mile. Come off the power there. And then as soon as it starts to count down from 1,000, I'll go full break. Single yellow. That's fine, it's just bringing us in for Croy. It's a thing Rivet does. I guess it makes sense. It's the end of realism, or the simulated area. Although it really should have made more sense for them to leave it fine up until there, but who knows, whatever. Coming in nicely into Croy, our final stop. Off the power there. We're 3 minutes early as well, which is always a bonus. Let's not go emergency, let's just leave that there. Okay, so that is it. As soon as this cycle has finished, we will be finished for the stream. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And I will see you all in the next time, whenever that is. So thank you all so very much for tuning in as well. I'll be live again same time next week, hopefully. Keep your eyes out for anything like that. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.